What's up, Smeek Squad? How's everybody doing? In today's video, we're going to be facing off the greatest three-point shooters in NBA history versus the worst three-point shooters in NBA history. But before we start off with this video, I have a little challenge for you guys. Currently on Twitter, I have almost 3,000 followers, and if we can get that following up to 5,000, then I will actually start doing some face cams on a few of my videos. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to go over to my Twitter. I'll leave it linked in the description down below and go follow me. But checking out our teams, we're going to be starting off with the greatest three-point shooters in NBA history, and we'll go by their actual three-point rating. So starting off here, there's actually two players with a 99 three-point shot inside of 2K. We got Larry Bird and Stephen Curry. I kind of chose the teams based off how good their three-point rating was in the game compared to just comparing them in real life. Next up, we got Ray Allen at a 98-3. We got Peja Stojakovic at a 97-3. And then we have four players at a 96-3. We got Klay Thompson, Drazen Petrovic, Steve Novak, and Steve Kerr. We got J.R. Smith at a 95-3. And then we have Steve Nash and Paul Pierce at a 93 three-point rating. So that is going to be our team of three-point shooters. I didn't fill up the entire roster just because 15 players usually don't play in these simulations. So I have 11 players on the three-point shooting team. So on the worst three-point shooters team, we actually only have one player over a 25 three-point rating, and that's going to be Smequle O'Neal, who has a 26 rating. It has been raised to a 27 right now, but normally it would be a 26. And then everybody else on the team normally has a 25, but some got raised to 26. So we also have Joakim Noah, Dikembe Mutombo, Sean Bradley, Wilt Chamberlain, Rudy Gobert, Bismack Biyombo, DeAndre Jordan, Ben Wallace, and Greg Oden. So that is going to be our team of the worst three-point shooters. None of these guys can hit a three at all. It would probably take them like 50 attempts just to hit it inside of 2K. And all the guys that can't shoot threes are actually all centers. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually play throughout the series. Whereas the three-point shooters are usually smaller guys. We do have some power forwards and small forwards in there, but no centers at all. And we got these guys in the NBA Finals. We're going to be facing them off against each other in a best-of-7 series simulation to find out whether it's better to be big and not able to shoot or small and able to shoot. Let's just get right into this, starting off with game number one. And game number one is going to be a pretty easy victory for the three-point shooters, winning by nearly 30 points right here. Steph Curry putting up a last-second shot as well, but not able to hit it. Three-point shooter is going to take the 1-0 series lead. Game number one, Larry Bird going to be the lead scorer for the three-point shooters, putting down 26 points, and Peja Stojakovic with 23. Larry only shot 2 three-pointers and made 1 though, and Stojakovic had the most threes with 5 made this game. Going over to the bricklayers, or our worst three-point shooters, we got Shaq dropping 29 points. Ben Wallace did have a double-double, and Mutombo played 34 minutes but only had 2 points. He did pull 9 boards though. And comparing the three-point shots, surprisingly, the worst three-point shooters actually made a 3. They shot 1 for 8, whereas the best three-point shooter shot 17 for 35. Game number 2, a lot closer than game 1. Bricklayers are going to be up by 5 points here with 1:20 left. So let's see if they're going to tie up the series 1-1 or the three-point shooters can make a comeback here. All the bricklayers really got to do is post up inside because they're so much taller, but Greg Oden pops a 3. Not sure why he did that. Klay with the ball from 3. That is no good. Mutombo inside, draws a foul and 1. And he can't hit the free throw though. Here's Stojakovic, tough shot. Good defense right there. Bricklayers running out of time. They got to put up a tough shot. Gonna be no good, but they get the board, and they're gonna tie up the series 1-1. In game number 2, Paul Pierce gonna drop 26. Larry Bird with a double-double, 19 and 13. And the three-point shooters did not shoot very well from 3. For the bricklayers, Shaq dropped 26. Wilt Chamberlain with 21. And then both Gobert and Oden had double digits for rebounds. Checking out the team comparison, bricklayers again, they made 1 3, this time shooting 1 for 6. And the three-point shooters shot 10 for 40. They shot awful from the three-point line, but they did put up a lot of shots. And then checking out the rebounds, as you can see, the bricklayers are getting way more. Game number 3, another pretty close one, but again, bricklayers with a 6-point lead here. So looking like they're going to take the 2-1 series lead. Steve Nash inside, and he can't hit that shot. Ben Wallace, mid-range shots, though good, and somehow Yakovich with the rebound there. Steve Nash inside again, but he's blocked. Not sure why you try to go for a layup against Mutombo. Here we got Shaq in the post now, and he's going to score nice and easily against Paul Pierce. So three-point shooters, a few more attempts to try to come back here. Here's Clay, but he doesn't put up the 3. Here's Clay again, and he can't hit that 3. And I think that's going to be game right there. Bricklayer is going to take the 2-1 series lead. Big games for both Wilt and Shaq, both dropping over 30 points. And Wilt with a double-double, 31 and 17. Mutombo also with 17 rebounds. For Team Splash, Paul Pierce with 23, and nobody else really going crazy or anything this game. Checking out the three-pointers. Team Splash did shoot a little better this game, going 15 for 36, and the Bricklayers didn't hit a single 3. And yet again, Bricklayers just dominating on the boards. We are all tied up here in game number 4. Shaq hits his free throw as well, so Bricklayers take the 1-point lead. If Bricklayers end up winning this one, I think they'll run away with the series, but if Team Splash get something going here, they might be able to come back and win this. Paul Pierce just running back and forth. That honestly might be a pretty good strat considering how much faster three-point shooters are than the bricklayers. Larry Bird in the post. Probably not the best idea when you're facing a team of centers. Ben Wallace gonna have to put up a 3. That's no good, but Wilt with the easy board and dunk. Here's Paul Pierce. Step back. Larry Bird again going right up at them in the paint. And it is not working out for him. Wilt Chamberlain with the ball. Got to put up a 3, and it's an air ball. All right, come on. They got to hit a 3 here to tie it up. There's no way they go inside again. And they do, but luckily, Paul Pierce getting fouled here. First free throw is good, and the second one is good as well. If Bricklayers score here, game might be over. Mutombo inside, can't hit a shot, gets his own board, and now he has to be fouled. First free throw is good to go, and the second one is good as well. And I wonder who they're going to have shoot the last shot for the win. For some reason, Stephen Curry isn't in the game, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Yakovich from 3, that is no good, and the Bricklayers should come home with the game here as long as they hit at least one free throw, and there we go. Bricklayer is going to take the 3-1 series lead, and they can win it all next game. Yet again, Shaq having a big game, scoring 26 points so far. He's looking like the series MVP. Ben Wallace, Rudy Gobert, and Wilt all getting triple doubles. For three-point shooters, we got Stephen Curry. For some reason, he wasn't in at the end of the game. Going over to the team comparison. Three-point shooters shooting 11 for 27, so not too many threes put up this game. And the Bricklayers shot 1 for 4, so they shot 25%, which is not bad for them. Again, Bricklayers just complete domination on the boards. But we are heading into game number 5 here. Bricklayers can take the series W right here, but Team Splash does have the home court advantage. And Team Splash does it. They are going to force another game in the series. Next up, we're going back to the Bricklayers home court though. So let's see if Team Splash can continue winning or if the Bricklayers will win it next game. Stojakovic and Clay with big games, putting up 25 and 23 points. A double-double for both Paul Pierce and Larry Bird. For the Bricklayers, again, Shaq at top with a double-double, putting up 22 points. Checking out the three-point shots. Team Splash shooting way better this game. 23 for 39, shooting 59%. And also the Bricklayers shooting pretty good. 2 for 5, 40% from 3. Again, the same story on the boards, though. And I think that's the reason why the Bricklayers are doing so good, because they get so many more chances on offense to score. But here we go, heading into game number 5. Let's see if the Bricklayers can come home with a victory. Game number 5 is a blowout for Team Splash, so they are going to force a Game 7 in this series. Let's check out the box score here for the Bricklayers in Game 6. Rudy Gobert putting up 21 points, Wilt with a double-double, Mutombo with a double-double, and Ben Wallace with a double-double. Those double-doubles weren't enough to stop Paul Pierce, who had 26, Curry with 25, and Larry Bird with 24 and 14. Three-point shooters shot 18 for 40 this game. Bricklayers 0 for 10, and Bricklayers with 32 offensive boards compared to Team Splash's 6. So we are going to be going to a game number 7 in this series with the best three-point shooters of all time versus the worst three-point shooters. Let's see who's going to come home with the championship. We have a super close one here in Game 7. Three-point shooters up by 2 points. Bricklayers with the ball. They need to score here to tie this up and then possibly force an overtime. We got Mutombo with the ball inside. That's a perfect release, and we are tied up with 9.5 seconds left. I'm assuming that Team Splash, our three-point shooters, are going to take the final shot here. Just hold on to the ball for a bit. Stephen Curry actually in the game this time. He fades away, and it is no good. We are going to overtime. Overtime is just as close as the regular game. Bricklayers up by 1 point right now. Team Splash with the ball, and they call a timeout here. Curry's guarded by Gobert, who's a pretty good defender, but not really on the three-point line. Curry gonna blow by him for the easy layup. Rudy Gobert driving inside and 1. If he hits this free throw, Bricklayers up by 2. And Rudy Gobert gonna choke the free throw to take a 2-point lead. So it'll be interesting to see if Team Splash is going to hold on to the ball here, go for the W, or if they're just going to get what they can take. Steph Curry fading away. And another brick by Steph. I mean, at this point, he should be on the other team, missing 2 game winners. And they were both just awful shots. Now they're just going to have to foul here. At least they got Shaq at the free throw line. First shot is a no good. And the second free throw is a perfect release. So Bricklayers with a 2-point lead now. Let's see if Steph puts up another brick here, or he can finally get something to go. A 3 for the win. Nice screen right there. Steph is going to miss again. That is 3 missed game winners for Stephen Curry. And the Bricklayers are going to be our champions here, winning in overtime of Game 7. It looks like the worst three-point shooters are better than the greatest three-point shooters of all time, but it was a very close series. Could have gone either way. Wilt Chamberlain going to walk away as our finals MVP. I thought finals MVP might have gone to Shaq here, just because Shaq had some pretty good games during the series. But Wilt ended up averaging a double-double, 19 points and 11 rebounds. Checking out the final box score, Stephen Curry with 34 points in this final game. He just shot awful from the three-point line, 4 for 17. Larry Bird had a triple-double, 19, 12, and 15. Going over to the Bricklayers, I mean, Shaq was on top for scoring 28 points. Wilt with another double-double, though. Finals MVP should have gone to Shaq there. We'll check out the team comparison here. Three-point shooters just shooting awful in this final game. 17 for 56, 30%. Bricklayers shot 1 for 12. And, of course, like always, Bricklayers just dominated on the boards. And I think that's the reason why they won. It's because they're so big. They get so many boards, and the Team Splash just did not shoot good enough from the three-point line to win. But that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace. I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the